guys, welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Bruce and today I want to show you how you can farm credits in Frontline. If you're interested in more reviews and gameplay, go to YouTube and search for World of Tanks with Bruce to get all of my videos, or click on the subscribe button. And now let's go. I already made a video in which I explain how to make credits in World of Tanks, and you find it right here. As you know, Frontline is an excellent game mode to farm credits. Now, for all of you who don't just want to see a video in which I showcase the best results I had and then surprisingly come to the conclusion that this is how you make credits, I want to show you some live gameplay so that you can see how it really works. So without further ado, let's see what we can achieve with playing 1 hour of Frontline. Alright, so this is going to be live gameplay, and so yeah, the question is, how can you use Frontline in order to make as many credits as possible? Well, first of all, of course, it is beneficial to have some days of premium account. Now, I made a dedicated video in which I tell you what options you have to get 3 days of premium account as a free-to-play player. So check this video out, and obviously if you have a day of premium account, then you will make more credits. Now, the second thing you need to do is you need to select your personal reserves. There's one reserve which lets you earn more credits, which is this one, so plus 50% of credits for 1 hour. So let's activate it, and then simply because I have so many other personal reserves, I will also select 2 other ones, so plus 300 free XP, and then I will also select, let's see, this one here, 200 crew XP for 1 hour. And then yeah, the only thing you have to do is you have to play Frontline. So as I said, this video will be about the Frontline game mode, and we will check out how many credits we can make with playing Frontline 1 hour and with those personal reserves. Now, a little bit about Frontline. First of all, Frontline is a game mode where games are much longer than compared to the random games. So most likely we will be able to play only 2 games instead of, let's say, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 or even 7 games in 1 hour. Talking about the random games. In Frontline, in my opinion, you should select mobile tanks, because the map is pretty big and you want to be able to flank opponents, to use your mobility on those huge maps. You always want to be where the fight takes place. Now keep in mind, earning credits depends on making damage. So the more damage you make, the more credits you will earn in Frontline. So this is very very important for you to know. See? Okay, so I think I'm spotted now. I'm proxy spotted by this Mr. CS52 Liz. Actually, I'm not. Okay. That was pretty close. So let me see, here go, maybe. No. Now we might be spotted. Okay, so I needed to use my repair kit, and so now I have a pretty long intro clip reload, so I will not be able to hit this Mr. Rust, but that's alright because we were able to capture the base. And let's see, additional 21 seconds, 14 seconds. Even though we want to even though we want to make as many credits as possible, this doesn't mean that we have to rush anything. This brings me to another important thing. In Frontline, you will pay the repair cost of your tank. And so, if you play with, let's say, 10 different tanks, then you will have to pay those repair costs of those 10 tanks. The good thing is you only have to pay those repair costs once. So my recommendation for you is play only 2 tanks, maybe 3 tanks, maybe 4 tanks, but limit the amount of tanks you play. He's going to take a second shot, and now I need to go back and go to the repair circle. So limit the amount of tanks, the number of tanks basically, you play in Frontline, because this will limit the repair cost. And so if the repair costs are less, then obviously you will make more out of your earned credits, if that does make sense. Now, I have to say that, let's say the timer is almost running out and you have only 20 seconds, and the question now is, do you want to spawn with a tank or not? If you spawn with a premium tank, and I think this is also true for a regular tech tree tank, if you spawn with a tank, then you will make some credits. So you will not lose credits simply by spawning with a tank. And so you always want to spawn with your tank, no matter if you have enough time to play this tank, to play with this tank or not. But in general, I would recommend to only play with, let's say, 3 tanks. If you can, maybe only 2 tanks. Okay. Alright, so the bomb squad has arrived, which is good. And now, let's see whether we can make some more damage. Yeah, so what else? What else do I have to say about Frontline game mode and about how to make credits?
Allied reinforcements have arrived.
Let's see. Should make pressure, because after all we want to make damage, right? Yeah. Of course he gets a shot on us, which is very unfortunate, but that's how it is. There's this Stritzwagen, not a Stritzwagen, a Scorpion G waiting for us. So finish him off, nice. Ah, he... okay. That is very unfortunate. And we bounce the shot. And I think we will now get destroyed. Yeah, okay. That's alright. Because we have tanks that we can select for the follow-on game. So you know what? Let's spawn here. And let's use the WoT 46. I think WoT and WoT 46 are the strongest tanks for Frontline. So I would certainly recommend those tanks. Let's play a bit more cautiously. And maybe this M41D can spot for us. Okay. It's very important that you pay attention to this timer here. So this timer tells you when you will get access to another tank. And if you have a white infill, this means that you have one, or if you have 2 white infills, then you will have 2 tanks available. If you have no white infill, this means that you will not have a tank available. And so in this case, if you are destroyed, if your tank gets destroyed, you will have to wait until the timer has counted down. And so this means that you will not participate at the game. Oh, okay. And of course, with not participating in the game, you will not make damage, and so you will not earn credits. So this is very important for you to keep in mind. So if you don't have a tank available, then you should play more cautiously and more defensively, and make sure that you are not destroyed by the enemy team. This is also very crucial. Okay. So let's see. Maybe we can spot somebody if we go into this bush. There might be an ELC, even 90. But I think I can advance. Because after all, there is, yep, there's a little bridge line here, which I can use in order to be to be protected. And so, yeah, let's see. I think I want my team to advance. But it looks like this is not the case, so my team is fortunately not advancing. Okay. Nice. So we have now 3000 damage, which is nice. Okay, we bounced Mr. EBR, of course. It's yeah, super bad. So let's now go back to the repair circle. And what you will see doing is I want to make damage. This is my overall priority. Not so much to become a general and rush to cap circles, but instead I want to play, yeah, a bit more cautiously, maybe even a bit more defensively, and once again only use up to 3 premium tanks, and then also make as much damage as I possibly can. If you would ask me if it is an advantage to be on the attacking side, well, could be. I think for becoming general, being attacker is beneficial. And I think for making credits, it is slightly beneficial to be on the defending side. But in general, that's, I mean, Frontline is a decent game mode to farm credits, independent of whether you're an attacker or not. So that's not too much of a problem. Nice, and now we want to use an air scout in order to spot all the enemy tanks which are on the right flank of this quadrant. Because then we will be able to get damage. And now I think we will use the bomb squad. Okay, that was too aggressive, I think. Okay, that is very, yeah. That was way too aggressive gameplay. And I also did not pay attention to the minimap, and I didn't recognize that we have no support in the middle. All our tanks have already died. So, you know what? Let's continue with the Lorraine 40T. Now, an advantage of autoloader tanks is that, as you could see, if you spawn in a tank, you don't have to wait the full clip reload time until you're... until your clip has reloaded. And so this is certainly an advantage of an autoloader tank. Oh, come on. Yeah, of course, I bounce all my shots. I bounce all my freaking shots. Come on, Wargaming. How fucked up is this? Okay. So we have to play cautiously because it looks like our team is relatively stupid right now. And so, let's try to clip out Mr. Scooter. Nice.
The main objectives have been reached.
Nice. So this is the strength of an autoloader tank. Let's go into the reload. So we made 5,000 damage so far, which is nice. 6 minutes remaining. And maybe we can continue to reload our clip and then simply clip out another tank. If you ask me, the bomb squad is it's more for maybe more for heavy tanks if you are brawling, but not so much for medium tanks. That's how it is. Okay. You always want to keep moving and expect artillery strikes to your position. So don't just stand still on a certain position, because once again this might happen. Okay. Okay, he's also used his bomb squad, okay. But now I think it is time to remain in the cap circle and cap this quadrant. We already made it to captain. Let's see how it goes. And I think the next tank, so if I get destroyed, I will be able to use the Rusk once again. Yeah, okay, let's go. Let's go, let's spend 34 seconds to reload our clip. Hopefully it was the right decision. I think I need to go to the repair point and repair my tank. I'm spotted. Okay, who spotted me? Okay, so let's see. There you go. Yeah, what else? What else can I say about making credits in Frontline? Well, obviously the good thing about Frontline is that you have a plus minus zero matchmaking, which is excellent. Not like in random games where you can really have a disadvantage if you are playing as a low tier tank, right? Let's use a spotter plane right here. Distract, nice, distract once again. This is the power of an autoloader. And then the gun handling of the Lorraine 40T is not the best one, but I mean, we have our clip and so everything is fine. Okay, there's an STA-2, which right now cannot get destroyed. There's an artillery strike onto the Renegade, which is nice. And so I think now it is time to go to the repair circle. There's a guarded tank. Okay, maybe he can spot us. That's alright. Now, which tanks would I recommend in Frontline? Well, first of all, there are, in my opinion, two different, let's say, kind of tanks. Let's say type number one is tanks which are decent credit makers. So tanks which have very cheap shells and or make a decent amount of I need to fall back, which make a decent amount of damage. So those tanks are type number one, and then there's type number two, tanks like the that's very bad, very unfortunate. And then there's type number two, tanks which are not the best credit makers if you look at the statistics. So the shell costs are pretty expensive. Okay, I would say Mr. oooBRUCEooo, for example, is such a tank. Now we'll simply clip this tank, yeah, and just take the damage. And now we made it to major. The WoT 46 is such a tank, but those tanks are nonetheless relatively strong simply because they are very competitive, and the better your tank is, the more competitive your tank is, the bigger the chance is that you will make damage, and after all, making damage means you will make credits, right? So this is why I would say the oooBRUCEooo is an excellent tank for Frontline, and also the WoT 46. And tanks like, let's say, the T26E5, those things are also decent credit makers, but simply due to the fact that they have very cheap shells and yeah, and so that's it about those tanks. I think we are in trouble because there are lots of enemy tanks. So where can we go? Yeah, we only have a couple of own tanks on this flank right now, which is bad. We have new reinforcements, so I think I can first of all repair my tank. Nice. We destroyed the Renegade. Nice. If you would ask me, I would recommend mobile tanks over, let's say, heavily armored tanks, because first of all, you have those repair spots, repair points, and then second of all, I think if in this mode with those huge maps, you are able to use your mobility more than in random games, and so my opinion is that you should use mobile tanks rather than heavily armored tanks. So that's my recommendation. Nonetheless, you will be able to make decent amount of credits with let's say heavy tanks, also with tank destroyers, and then also with let's say light tanks, for example, and then but they are also, like, if you would pick a tank destroyer, maybe you want to select the Scorpion G, which is also relatively mobile. Okay, I cannot climb up here. Let's use the bomb squad once again. Nice, he's destroyed. think now I want to go to the repair spot. Hopefully you don't get destroyed. Of course, there are tanks like the T-56, which are extremely strong, the Skoda T-56, and have a great armor profile and are nonetheless relatively mobile, so those tanks are certainly also great for frontline. And then also it depends on your playstyle. If you are the one who wants to cap and decap, maybe you are preferring heavy tanks rather than medium tanks. If you are somebody who, let's say, I think we need to play a little bit more aggressively because we want to make damage, right? Maybe if you are like the medium kind of, you know, play style, gameplay, then select a medium tank. But once again, in my opinion, playing a medium tank is better compared to a heavy tank in general. Thanks for pushing me. Fucking idiot. Thanks for pushing me. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I thank you so much. I thank you so much. And we're actually not making too much damage, which is bad because after all, that's what we want to do, right? Damage is even, yeah. So this game is not too, it's not too great. Really, seriously, it's not looking very great. Yes, 7,000 damage is fine, but in my opinion, you should be able to make 10,000 damage in a game of Frontline. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I want to play more aggressively right now. Maybe I am throwing away my tank right now. Yes, I am. Nice, at least here. Yeah, okay, throwing away the tank, but I want to make more damage. I think I'm too passive and I need to make damage in order to make credits. So let's take out Mr. WoTO once again. Oh, come on, you stupid idiot. Okay, so where's the next victim? I want to select an airstrike, not an airstrike, but a recon plane, yeah, because I am spotted, but nice. 44 seconds, and once again we need to advance because we want to make damage. In the next game I will deselect the... Okay, that was a huge lag. That was a huge lag. Okay, yeah, sorry. That was a lag. Looks like I had a little bit of a disconnect. Yeah, it's so... Yeah, my internet kind of seems to be breaking down. My ping is extremely high. I'm unable to play currently. Ping of 200 is not good. Yeah, okay, that's how it is. We made 8,000 damage. I think the result is a little bit lackluster, but that's how it is. I think our team played lackluster because after all, we didn't even make it to the targets, right? So that's how it is, but we'll see how many credits we could actually make in this game. So let's see. We played, once again, we played 3 tanks. We only made it to major, which is fine. And then we made 378,000 credits. And after all, we made 309,000 credits. So 63 with the WoTO, 135,000 with the Lorraine, and 110,000 with the WoTO. So yeah, in my opinion, decent credit makers. And oh, some of our team even made twice the damage almost than we did. Okay, so you know what? Let's reselect Let's select artillery strike. Can I... Oh. I like the recon flight, but I want to select the artillery strike once again, and I want to select it for all those tanks. So you know what? Let's simply start with another tank. This time I want to take some other tanks to the battlefield. Let us start with the CS-52 Liz, because I think this tank is also a decent credit maker. As you can see, it took us 29 minutes. So my prediction of 2 games in 1 hour is yeah, relatively accurate, I would say. We are on the defending side, and on spot Charlie, I think they changed the map a little bit, and so I think we want to go here and hopefully use our gun depression a little bit. We will be able to fall back to the capsule, to the repair spot like this, and I think that's a good choice. So let's see how good this tank is in frontline. The good thing about the CS-52 Liz is its turret armor, so I hope we will be able to bounce one or another shot. Looks like this EBR wants to...
Zone B under attack. Zone A under
Okay.
attack.
This projectile is stealing us the show. He now gets punished. Okay. Yeah, simply fall back, dude. Okay, our oooBRUCEooo even made it to the... Nice. We get our first damage. Okay. And we're tracked once again. Nice. Second damage. Good. Okay. Nice. Okay. As you can see, if you are capping or decapping, then this accelerates your rank, so you will level up faster if you cap or decap. Once again, no need to rush. That was very unfortunate. Maybe this artillery strike is for us? No, it's not. Spotted him. Okay. Maybe they used a spotting plane, so I want to... Ah, here you go. Let's see how it goes. There's Mr. Caliban. I think he will not... Okay. Yeah, the gun handling of the tank is not the best one. That's just how it is. Gun handling is pretty poor. Okay. Yeah, let's lose our... Another thing which is pretty important in general in Frontline is you should play on a flank where you have, first of all, the support of your team. So you should not be too much outnumbered by the enemy team. And now I get destroyed. Okay, but you should also have enough opponents in order to make decent amount of damage and then also of credits. So this is pretty important. Now let's use you know what? Let us use a tank like the 122 TM. You know what? Let's go with the WoT, because I think I could not showcase the real potential of this tank. And so yeah, I spawned on the wrong flank, as you can see, because there are not a lot of enemy tanks, and so the amount of damage we can make on this flank will be limited. So yeah, that's just how it is. Hopefully enemy tanks will soon follow this quadrant. So let's see how it goes. But I think we can now play aggressively against Mr. Chrysler K and simply rush him and destroy him. Yep, okay. That is good. So yeah, let's simply advance a bit and see if we can spot somebody. Our LT-432 is doing the same thing. Once again, you want to play on a flank where there are lots of enemy tanks so that you can make damage. But sometimes that's simply not the case, and then you need to adjust. And so what I want to do is I want to advance, use this knockdown tree in order to spot the tanks. And so nice, and I get 3 shots out of 3. Nice. And now I simply want to fall back and get a shot on Mr. Pantera. There you go. Little high roll here, nice. And we get support from Mrs. Scorpion, from Mrs. Centurion. Ah, no! So, okay, that was bad aiming. So let's now simply reload our tank. He has the option of playing hull down, which is good for him. It's Mr. Pantera. I think once again we need to play a little bit. Oh, let's use artillery strike to his position. Maybe he nice. Yep, nice. Nice. Yeah, once again, so unfortunately we are
Combat reserve unlocked. Air scout
okay.
is ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Zone F under
That's how it is, but we made at least yeah, there's a defender, okay. So we want to wait until our clip is reloaded, and then we want to shots on Mr. Defender. His armor is simply strong. But we can afford to take one shot. And so we simply want to... This shot even ricochet. Okay. So we could at least take him out. And you know what? I think now it is not time to retreat, but instead to advance. Because after all, once again, we want to make damage. And I think we picked the wrong flank. So maybe it's now time to play aggressively, even though chances are that we will lose our tank. That's alright, because then we can continue to play with the CS52 Liz. Okay, where are other tanks? Maybe I can even go to the repair circle and repair. Yeah, okay, there are only 2 tanks, so this is a very bad situation. And yeah, but that's a live gameplay. So in this situation, what you can do is you can destroy your tank actually. But I don't want to do this right now. It would be the J key, but instead let me simply advance and kill Mr. TVP. Okay. Yeah. He's trying to out DPM me, which is fine. Okay. Get the help of our team, which is nice, and we are safe from Mr. oooBRUCEooo, which is good. And now looks like the enemy team is yep, they get at least a little bit of support. Okay, he can play hull down, which is good for him, and I think I need to run, and I will. Okay, yeah, so at least I'm making damage, even though I'm on the not on the correct flank, not on the best flank, but that's how it is. And I simply want to keep moving to the okay, here we go. I think I need to make damage, because sooner or later I will be taken out of the game. That's alright, because then I can spawn on the other flank. Okay. Yeah, and play where the fight takes place, because this is how you make credits. You don't want to play on a flank where there are simply not enough enemy tanks. So you know what, let's spawn here. Yeah, scout is ready, so let's put it right here, and let's nice.
Objective 5 under attack.
Okay. Yeah, those EBRs are simply too fast. That's just how it is. So you know what? Let's simply yeah, of course. Of course. Let's simply try to relocate to another position. So we want to go right here to where our teammates are, so that we can nice, good bounce. One shot of the Scooter T56, which is great. This is the Gonzalo, the kind of brother of the worst tank in the game. EBR, come on. Don't do stupid things. Nice. So the gun is very trollish, but sometimes you get your luck shot. This time we made 7,600 damage. And I think we will be able to make more damage. We will play aggressively now. Nice. We can track him, nice. Even track him, which is good. And now I think we need to hide against Mr. Chrysler. Now we need to leave this scene because we are taking out. Okay. Yeah, okay. So our teammates left my position. And so let's see, where do we want to... I think now chances are that we can make tons of damage right here. And you know what? I will use Mr. WoTBRUCEooo once again. So let's see how it goes. Let's use a spotter plane right there. So if you left click on a 15 seconds to reload, so I need to run. Here you go. So this time we made... Oh, okay. And now I need to run from Mr. Renegade, which will get one shot on us. Okay. So let's use this repair feature. After all, this time it looks like we will be able to nice, make it to general. Nice, which is always welcome, right? We bounce this shot. And now once again we need to run a little bit, because we're pretty much on our own. Now we made you know what, we will simply blank Flank Mr. Renegade and make more damage, which is fine. And so now the question is, can we get Mr. WoTOoo back onto the battlefield? The answer is yes, because it only takes 7 seconds, and so this time we will wait those couple of seconds in order to respawn once again with the WoTOoo 46, and we will use this spawn.
Heavy artillery is ready. We can do field
Oh.
repairs now. Air scout is ready.
Let's use this position. Yep, here you go. Nice, at least 2 out of 3, and we got 4,000 assisting damage. And you know what? Yep. Ah. Nice. But now we need to reload our clip in order to not have the worst DPM of all times, right? No, instead we want to kill this tank. AMBT is under heavy artillery fire, and yeah, so all in all, this game was much better than the previous one. We'll see how it went with the CS52 Liz. And after all, we still have 5 minutes to go, right? So a little bit tough to aim. So let's see. So we get assisting damage if we play a little bit more offensively, as you can see. So I will simply, you know, go here and then empty my clip. I know that here's the better DPM, but nice. But I can simply repair my tank and then get more assisting damage, which is once again highly welcome. Okay. Nice. So 12,000 damage in this game, and we'll see how many credits we could get. Okay, this WoTOoo 46 is going to the middle, but we get some assisting damage, which is nice. Oh, that should be my victim. Yeah, looks like this is and yeah, so from this more aggressive gameplay we actually got quite some assisting damage, which will also help us out for making credits, right? So let's see. So all those objectives have been destroyed, so we need to run and go to this position, because of course the enemy tanks will not spawn here, right? Because there's no objective to destroy. So let's move to the middle.
Heavy artillery is ready. As good as new.
Oh no! No! Bruce, how stupid was that? How stupid was that? I did not pay attention, but yeah, that's alright. Okay, the game is has come to an end anyway, and so that's not a problem at all. We made 12,000 damage and 18,000, let's say 19,000 with the combined damage. So let's see how our credit income is right now after the second game. Yep, this time we made it to general. Nice. Got all this stuff. Excellent. 25 bonds. And now we made 546,000 credits. So 485,000 in this game. So yes, I think this kind of proves that Frontline is a decent game mode to farm credits. So let's take a look at the result of Mr. Brusque. Only 67,000 credits. CS52 list made 155,000 credits. It's a decent credit maker, by the way. And the WoT made 262, simply because this tank is so strong. But we also played quite a chunk of our game with the WoT 46. So yeah, this was a little video in which I conducted some live gameplay. And so I simply wanted to show you that I believe Frontline is a decent game mode to make credits if you have a free day of premium account and if you have the reserve activated. And yeah, this is why I like Frontline, also because it is yeah, something else, you know, some not always the same stuff, but some additional game mode, which is always fun to play. Mostly, of course, because you only have to play against tier A tanks, which is nice compared to random games. Alright guys, that was it for today with some live gameplay. What do you think about this video? Do you want to see more live gameplay, or do you prefer the regular showcase videos? What do you think about Frontline? Just leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Consider subscribing to my channel, and I see you next time in another World of Tanks video.